Hey girlfriends, it's the Sincerely Asia and I'm back at it again with another video. This one is a Janet Collection collaboration, the crochet locks that newly just popped up on the scene. Without further ado, we are going to get into how I achieved this look. If you have any other questions, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I always respond. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see each other in the next one. So I parted my hair in 3 sections, one big one in the back and then 2 in the front, and we're going to hop right into the main star of this video, which is the crochet pattern that I chose. As you saw, I had one section completed already, and we're going to get into this second section that's on the other side. So for the first ones on the corner, I just did one single braid. That's why it sped through. There was really nothing to it. But when it gets to the tricky part is when you start doing the connecting braids to make the single appearance of having single locks in the front. So you start off with your first twist in the front. We'll braid in the front, and you're going to braid it about halfway through. Now for that second one, follow me y'all. You see me, follow me. I braid the root. I probably went, I want to say like three strand entanglements before I grabbed that first braid in the front. Now you're going to have to go around as if you're doing a feed-in and then put it into one of the strands that you have in the back, and then continue to braid towards the back about 5 or 6 more entanglements of the 3 strands. Then I went ahead and held that down so I could do the same thing with the next one. Now this is sped through, but there are going to be some more slowed down. Like I said, 5 or 6 entanglements from the root, and then you're going to grab that strand and you're going to wrap it around towards the back and then continue to braid back, and that's how you get your singles look in the front. I also used a little Jane Solutions butter to just slick my hair in the right direction. It started to get a little, messy, and I wanted to make sure my parts looked neat. Neat parts are very important for your hair to give that single appearance when you go to lock the crochets to each individual parting section. And you'll see that when it comes time to do the crochet. I sped through this, but you're more than welcome to go back to the slowed down clips to see exactly how I am looping it around. But I wanted to show y'all a couple of times how I looped the braid within the other braids. My arms were getting tired. I was trying to save face for this video, but y'all, I was getting so tired of braiding and so tired of having my arms up. Good Lord. watching the last one, I wanted to go ahead and show y'all how I connect the fronts that are going to be my singles to the back that is just going to be my regular snake crochet pattern. So you're going to take each part from the front, each braid going back, the connected braids in the back, and connect them to a single braid in the back of your head. So you'll see that here. I'm just taking that one single braid that's on the side and connecting it to the hair in the back, making it one long braid. As I continued and started grabbing that second braid towards the middle, I know y'all see the inches. I know y'all see the inches. Towards the middle of that second braid, I'm going to take the first braid, the braid before it, and connect the bottom of that braid to the top of my scalp braid. And then braid downwards and continue throughout the entirety of my head. And that is how I connect each braid. As you can see right there, I grab the side braid, put it into the braid, and continue to braid down. And I'm just going to keep doing that snaking method all throughout my head until my entire head is completely braided down in the back. So just here in a minute, I'm going to turn completely around so that you can see my entire braiding method in the back. Ooh, child, the kitchen. I had that one single braid left because, as you see, I snaked it all the way through. And then I basically weave the end of that braid all throughout my braids in the back to give it a very flat appearance. It doesn't come out. I have no issues with it at all. And this is my entire braid pattern. Time to grab the star of the show, the Nala Tress Locs Butterfly Locks. At that, I have the Bob Locks. It does come in 3 different other variations, which I'm sure you guys will see in a future video. For this look, I chose to only use the 10-inch and the 12-inch because I wanted to have the same butterfly lock look that I had when I previously did individual butterfly locks. And I found this to be so easy. I have so many crochet videos already up, so I'm going to link those in the cards above and down below if you want to see a more in-depth look of how I crocheted. And let's get into some pros and cons of this particular style. So one thing I will say is a con about these locks are the loops that you have to put the lock through once you get your knot and you crochet it and everything are very small. So I did have to take some time to make the loops bigger in each individual lock, which added probably about 30 minutes into my styling time. And it does take a little work to weave them through. This is my first one, so of course it took a little bit more time than the other ones. It's my first time doing it, but once I kept going, I got a little bit of a routine going, and I think that it went by pretty fast, way faster than having to do individual crochet locks for sure. Like hour difference, like hours with an S, big S, different. So what I had to do here to stretch it out was just put my pointer finger through it just over and over until it fit over my finger. Usually that was just enough space for me to make sure that the end of the lock, which is slightly thicker, would be able to fit through that knot. Now, like I said, there are 2 other types of crochet locks that Janet came out with. So I think that there's the slimmer version that they have, the longer, slimmer ones. It probably wouldn't even be an issue because those are slimmer, but because this is a little bit thicker and messier with the butterfly locks, it did pose a little bit of stress. But I will say that because the butterfly locks are already a messier style, it really didn't change the look pushing them through the knots at the top. So now that we're on the other side, I'm just going to show you a couple on this side, and I'm going to hush until we get towards the finished product. One that I'm going to be crocheting for the individual look at the top, and I'm going to hop right into crocheting the back. Like I said, I have so many other crochet videos, so I did the back off camera. So let's get into this finished look. I added one more pack in the back of the 10 and 12 inch, just that I didn't use any of the 14. And this was the finished look. I think it turned out great. It looks very similar to when I did the individual locks, and I saved, I want to say, at least 2.5 to 3 hours styling time, and I really like this look. So this is some up close of the individual finished look. I don't think you can even really tell that it's crochet and not individual. They look bomb. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, y'all.